Yo guys, what's going on? It's Joe again, bringing on another Team Fortress 2 related video on my channel. So in today's video, we are counting down my top 5 picks for the best sniper cosmetic sets you can get for less than a key. This is, of course, all my opinion. I have to make that disclaimer, as well as this other disclaimer that I am terrible at sniper and TF2 in general, so the gameplay will not be very good. I'm just going to have to put that out there because the amount of people that comment you are bad at such and such class is quite surprising, considering the video has nothing to do with the gameplay, apart from the gameplay being of the class the video is about. So I do hope you guys all do go on to enjoy this video. If you do, be sure to leave a comment telling me that, or tell me otherwise if you didn't like it. Consider subscribing, etc, etc. I hope you all enjoy, and without further ado, let's just get straight into the actual list. So coming in 5th place, we have the Robin Hood set, and this set consists of the Larkin Robin, the Huntsman's Essentials, and the Birdman of Australia-Catraz. My apologies, the pronunciation of that is quite hard. And it comes in at 4 refined metal. Now this is an extremely cheap set that doesn't look half bad. The Larkin Robin can also be found as a fairly cheap unusual for the sniper, so you could do this quite well. The Huntsman's Essentials you can swap out with any other misc, along with the Birdman of Alcatraz. However, these two I feel go best with the Larkin Robin to create that old sort of Robin Hood kind of feel. Now, if you were to get this with the effect of dead presidents, then you could have Robin Hood with all his money, giving it back to the poor, stealing it from the rich, etc, etc. You know where I'm going with this. It's almost a kind of forced theme, but I still think it looks quite good, even though it is somewhat forced. So yeah, it is a good pick, I believe, for the number 5 spot, as it's a good set, not amazing, but it comes at a really cheap price of simply 4 refined. So coming in 4th place and second last, we have the edgy sort of Assassin's Creed kind of set, and this consists of the Dread Hiding Hood, the Criminal Cloak, and the Triggerman's Tacticals, coming in at 6.44 ref. Although marginally pricier than the last set, I believe it only looks slightly better. That's probably because I'm an edgy teen and I do enjoy having sets such as this, with the Dread Hiding Hood and the Criminal Cloak being obviously made for each other, and I just like the Triggerman's Tacticals, as any sort of jacket tends to have some sort of clipping problems with the Criminal Cloak. So I believe all these sets these cosmetics, go quite well together. The only one I would change out for something else potentially is the Triggerman's Tacticals for another sniper misc. So all in all, a decent set at a decent price, and there's nothing too special about it. Coming in the number 3 spot, we have the edgy set, I guess, even though the last one was. And this consists of the Anger, the Chronomancer, and the Triggerman's Tacticals, all coming in at 10.55 ref. So you could buy nearly 4 of these sets with the current key price of 40 ref. My bad, it's not even meant to be around 20, it's meant to be less than that. So this set, I believe, is quite good. All the cosmetics do go quite well together. You have the stitching on the Chronomancer, you have the stitching on the Anger. I am generally a fan of the Triggerman's Tacticals, not really sure why. I think it's because all the snipers' hats or other items, miscs, tend to have clipping issues with each other. So I tend to just use some leg cosmetics or whatever when I'm using the sniper. But this is that set. There's nothing too special about it. It's not themed in any way. It's just a decent set at a decent price, same as the last one, except with even less theme. The cosmetics just seem to go quite well together, and I do quite like the look of it. And for 10.55 ref, it's really not that expensive. So getting into the top 2 now, in the runner-up position we have the Croc Leather Slouch, the Scope of Smoke, and the Golden Garment, coming in at 4.44 ref. Now these cosmetics I think give a feel of almost a sheriff, however without using the specific sheriff cosmetics, which gives a bit more flexibility in terms of what you wish it to be. It could be a sort of assassin from, I don't know, the 1800s. I just think they go quite nicely together, the Scope of Smoke and the Croc Leather Slouch in particular. And the Golden Garment, I think, complements the other two quite well. However, you could, as with many of the sets in this list, switch it out for any other cosmetic you desire. So yeah, it creates quite an authoritarian feel, I think, in terms of it being somewhat like a sheriff's get-up, and I believe that goes quite nice with the sniper. It's a decent set, and for only 4.44 ref, you could buy nearly 10 of these for the price of a key, so it is definitely cheap. So finally, in first place on this list, we have a classic set, and it consists of the Cold Killer, the Villain's Veil, and the Snow Sleeves, coming in at only 11.77 ref. Now, 11.77 ref is the most expensive on this list. However, when you have a look at this set, it is definitely worth it. The Cold Killer and the Villain's Veil work really well together, especially if you paint the Villain's Veil white or have it showing the skull. The Snow Sleeves complement the other two really well. However, as I have said multiple times before, you can trade this out for almost any other sniper jacket and the set will still look good. The main thing is the Villain's Veil and the Cold Killer. If you don't have a Villain's Veil but you have a Bruiser's Bandana, that will work just as well. However, you cannot set it to something that is mostly white, so you would need it white painted, but it doesn't have to be white. It really doesn't matter, it's personal preference. You could paint both cosmetics purple for all I care. So guys, those are my top 5 picks for the sniper cosmetic sets that look the best and cost less than a key or less than 40 refined. Again, 40 for refined isn't much. You can have a lot of sets for less than 40. However, I hope I inspired many of you with this list, and hopefully you agreed with me on many. If you didn't, I would love to hear your opinions in the comments below. These are opinionated videos and everyone has different opinions, therefore we will most likely not agree on everything. As always guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.